Did you know you can engrave on terracotta pots? I'm going to show you how, and we're going to check out and see how much these can actually sell for. Now, if I was at a craft show selling these, I would try to get between 15 and 25 for a potted succulent like this that's been engraved. But you just got to do some research in your local area, because not one pricing formula works for everybody. Alright, so this is a brand new material that I haven't worked with. This is the terracotta flower pot. So we are going to do a material test to determine what is our best setting for our project. Anytime when you're working with a new material, you're always going to want to do this test. You don't always want to rely on others for their settings because it could not work for you. Alright, so now we have our test grid, and then we can pick and see which one works best for us. So now that we finished doing this test grid in the xTool software, we can just look at it and see which one we want. I think I'm going to go with about 90% power and 25 speed. That's going to give me a nice dark engraving. So let's engrave a fun design on one of these. That way we can see the full potential that we can get by engraving the terracotta plants. So we are going to open up this chuck a bit and place our little pot in here, and then we can just tighten it down. I'm just going to hand tighten it first, and then we can come in with our little tool and tighten it up. Now, because this is a bit of a fragile material, you don't want to do it so tight that it's going to crack. So I am going to have the laser all the way up just for the height of this, because we're going to have to tilt it to get it level. I love that I have upgraded this little rotary here. And that looks great. And so now we can jump into xTool Creative Space. So right now we have our process in the build plate. Let's switch it to our chuck rotary. Our diameter for this little pot is 2.657 inches. I'm just going to rotate this 90 degrees. And our design is 1.75 inches wide. But so I'm going to put it towards the right since our thing is pretty far over to the right. And so let's frame it out and see what we get. That's a little too low. All right, let's try that again. And that looks perfect. All right, our settings are the IR light, 90% power, 25 speed, the lines per centimeter of 200. So we can hit process. It's not giving us an estimated time. So when it does that, I assume it'll be a little bit longer. So I'm assuming this is going to take about 10 minutes. So let's hit start. And then now we can press the button. Alright, so this ended up taking about 15 minutes, but it actually looks really cool. And so it's just a neat little thing to do. But I want to test out some other settings to see if we can get it a little bit faster. Alright, so I did some more testing this time with the blue light laser. And I'm going to try one of these settings to see if we can get the time faster. So although this one turned out great, this did take 15 minutes. And that's just a really long time if you're trying to do a batch production. Because when you're running a business, time is money. So for this next one, we are doing the blue light with 100% power and 135 speed. And if you are using the blue light with the xTool F1, make sure you have some laser safety glasses. That way your eyes are always protected because your eyes are super important. Alright, well that took 3.5 minutes with a blue light diode laser, as opposed to 15 minutes with a 2-watt IR laser. Now, you can choose either setting, they both work great. It's just all about how much time you want to spend making your products versus selling them. Alright, so let's get these planted so we can see how cool they look. And Elsa decided to help me out for this part. Alright, so we have our two little terracotta pots here, and so let's put some succulents in them. Now, I didn't get any extra soil, but I should have. So you will have to take them out of this pot. I thought it might work. But that actually looks kind of cute. Alright, and so then we'll take this other one and just put it like that. Alright, and that looks so cool with the plant in it. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this project. I love experimenting with new materials and new settings. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest content I'm making. And if you have any questions down below, please let me know and I'll get back to you. And as always, I'll have all the things we used in the links down below. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya!